YouTube host Tim back with a very impromptu live stream. Like this was not in the plan. Um, this was not in the plans. But I felt like talking, you know, and so I'm doing a little laundry. Uh, I got a little lasagna for dinner later. Got some protein bars for a snack later, but it's not time for any of that. So I figured, what up, D Jackson? I figured while I had a little time, Lonely Girl TV, close. D Jackson beat you. You second, but we'll call it first. We'll say you edged it. Uh, no, we won't take that from D Jackson. Uh, I figured I would just hop on. I didn't want my weekend to pass without talking to y'all. So we're here. We're just gonna talk for a little bit, enjoy ourselves, see what y'all got going on. What up, Angela? Alfonso checking in as well. Gilbert, we live. Adrian, the executioner, you know, giving Lonely Girl TV a shout out. Lonely Girl TV be right there. She be on it. DJ, how you doing? How you doing? T Black as well. Hollis the Hobo, salute, salute. How you doing, Ty? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. T Black went into town, did a little shopping earlier today. Walked around. I walked to the mall and walked. I walked from Walmart to the mall, which is about an hour, and then I walked from the wall back to Walmart. From the mall back to Walmart. So I was wondering. I was like, why am I so tired? But I was like, Tim, you was walking around for like 2 hours today, shopping. You know. So, but we here. We here. We here. We here. And we're blessed. Let's see what else going. Trey Porter, how you doing? Forward checking in. Deciduous disciple, hello. As well as Angelo. Can I talk about internet usage and distraction? Marigold, that's actually a really good one. Is there anything specific about that you want to talk about? Here's my thing. If we're gonna talk about using the internet too much, then we have to make sure that we're saying like, what are you doing in lieu of the internet? Because I don't think necessarily, like, if you're on the internet doing good stuff, I don't think that you're necessarily going to make your life better by getting off the internet. Now, if you're on the internet doing foolishness or like wasting time and you're going to get off the internet and do some other stuff, cool. But I just notice sometimes people are just quick to be like, oh, you just got to get off the internet. And I'm like, yeah, but what are you doing instead? Because if you're just going to go watch TV, you know, so I think that's an important part of the conversation is like, yeah, if we're going to, limit our internet usage, what are we going to do with that time instead? It's not that the internet is inherently bad as much as like, yeah, if we got things we're trying to do in our life, any distraction, might be hindering us, not just the internet. But I'm a little biased because I'm on the internet, so. That's a good question. We might bring that up again later. Sunshine, blessings to you. Carol, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. J Man, hi, what up? What up? I like the name. J Man has skills / Justin. I like, I like that. I like that. What up, Jeff? Oh, thank you, Lonely Girl TV. Thank you. Thank you. A Planeteer, happy to be here. Nice. Simple Out Your Black Life. How you doing? How you doing? D Thompson, I'm good. I'm good. The job's going well. Job's going well. Can I complain? We've been working. We've been working, and that's what I know for me. One of the things I'm appreciating the most about being back at work is like a routine. I know this will sound crazy, but when you've been able to, and it's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. When you're able to kind of do your own thing, it's cool, but you also learn to appreciate like a routine. So I am appreciating the routine, but also just I'm moving. A lot of the times, even though I walk a lot, things of that nature, a lot of the times when I'm not working, and this is on me, I just be sitting around, so it is good to be, my body's back constantly in motion and I just feel better. I feel good for that. So Adrian, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate that. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Hey, you, right back at you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that love. Super Chat Squad in the building early. Appreciate that. Miss Christie and Roz checking in. Roz Baha. You're watching another creator's videos? I pretend I didn't see that. Yeah. Good walk is good. Movement is life. Movement is life. What up, former? Lucinda as well. Angela visiting with your dad earlier? Hiding in the AC, catching up on YouTube. Okay, okay. AC must be, you see, I got the windows open. No AC. We chilling though. We chilling. It's a nice day. How often do I use Chat GPT? I'm glad you discovered it and aren't afraid of it, like a lot of people. I probably use it a few times a week. Um, if I use it a lot as a research tool, because and I've noticed it gets smarter because there used to be a lot of things it couldn't answer. Before it wasn't as directly tied to the internet. So if you asked it like what is, current housing prices in whatever area with projections for the future, it couldn't do it. Now it can. Things like that. Like it's more tapped into the internet. Anyway, it's getting smarter. So I like to use it as like a research tool because like it can quickly do the research and like give you answers or give you opinions or ideas. It's just a lot easier to do that than for me to scour through articles and videos. I can just ask ChatGPT, um, and it can, you know, give me something quickly, and then I can kind of go back and just like fact check. So yeah, I use it a couple times a week. I like ChatGPT. I ain't scared of it. Ivy, how you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you. You know that feeling simply? Yeah, 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 yeah. Watcher trying to get Amazon Flex going, 4 hour shift. You can get a routine, but it's flexible, not glamorous, but also not glamorous, but also miss out on the micromanagement. I got you. I got you. And you know me, and I think y'all know me. I've been. By the way, if you hear some noise, there's a rodeo going on down the road. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but when you're in Montana, occasionally there's rodeos. I didn't go. Anyway, but yeah, I've been an advocate for years for like, let's figure out the way to get these coins that works best for us at this moment. And it ain't got nothing to do with glamour. It doesn't need to have anything to do with glamour, unless that's what you're going for. If you want a glamorous job, go for it. But for a lot of us, yeah, we just trying to get these coins up so we can get free. You know what I mean? So yeah, 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 respect that, respect that. Russell, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you, thank you. Say hello, Tim. I haven't seen your video in a while, especially live video. Where are you staying now? I'm in Montana. Let me give you a like on this, Russell. Boom. I'm in Montana. In Montana, probably gonna be here for a while. So yeah, man, just enjoying being somewhere, working. I got some really, 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 really good friends here. So, I'm enjoying. I hung out with one of them today. Um, I'm just enjoying being somewhere beautiful, with awesome people, and I got an air fryer, so I'm cooking now. It's a good summer. It's a good summer, and I appreciate that love. Thank you, thank you, Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Today was a good day. Nice, Chris. Marigold, I really don't have a ton of advice on how to get around distractions. I'm I'll be honest. I feel like I think there's a lot of subjects where people will give you advice, but I don't think we really need other people's advice. Like if things are distracting you, first we need to identify it, and then secondly, I think we just have to like stop letting them distract us, which is what anyone giving you advice is going to say too. Now they might have some tips and some hacks, but I think it's you can make a whole video about this is my advice on avoiding distractions. I'm more of like a motivator person, so a subject like that, I'm just gonna be like, bruh, sis, like if it's distracting us, we just gotta put our big boy pants on and not let it distract us. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't really know. Can y'all hear that? Hopefully not. They yelling back there. But yeah, I mean, I just think, yeah, if something's distracting you, we gotta identify like, hey, wait, that's a distraction, and then just not allow it to distract us that much. I mean, if we watch too much TV, you just turn the TV off, like Um, but once again, I'm not a advice person as much as a motivating person. Hollis sitting at a KOA in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Just finished setting up the tent, living the traveling hobo lifestyle. Let's go, let's go. So thank you for giving me the nudge. Hey, hey, that's what we do. We give out nudges. We're nudgers. You know what I mean? A little nudge here, a little motivation there, a little encouragement there. Because once again, I think we all know what we need to do. We all kind of know what we want to do. We all have like these ideals, things of that nature. I just think it's beneficial for all of us every now and then to maybe see an example or have someone come along and be like, you can do it, or just what it is. I just think we're humans, we're social creatures, we feed off one another. Sometimes we just need someone to be like, you can do it. It's okay. Go for it. That's all it takes. That's what I like to do. Just a little nudge here and there. You know, we all know innately, it's all in here. The answers are all in here. It's just like getting to them and like going for it, you know? What's the weather like? I think it was nice today. I'm not good with probably the 80s, maybe the 80s, maybe in the 80s, you know? Layla, you here? Okay, we here. Me, I was binge watching the videos today. Okay, okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, sometimes I look back at the catalog. I'm like, bro, like you gotta, because I will be honest. One of the things I'm doing now, since I am working, got some other things going on. Um, I'm really just kind of putting out a short here or there when I feel like it, doing a stream when I feel like it can use the encouragement, and I'm just letting the back catalog, do what it does. I'm like, Tim, you got a serious back catalog of content. So I'm just kind of letting the back catalog do what it does for a while. But trust me, we got ideas. We coming up with video topics every day. I was writing down 3 or 4 of them this morning, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of let the back catalog cook. Yeah, I mean, we got the channel in the crock pot right now. We just got the crock pot with all the content from the years past, just slow cooking right now. And somebody wants something, they can pull the lid off, get a spoon, get a fork, get a taste. We just slow cook it right now. Got the channel with the crock pot. But we still cook it. We still cook it. You know. Nick, good to see you. Good to see you. It sounds like a video game in the background. I might close the window in a minute. When it gets a little cooler, I'll close the window. But yeah, they having a blast down there. Nick just gonna lurk today? Okay. I mean, Marigold, if the distraction is someone you live with, I mean, I think the only thing you could do in that situation is maybe tell the person that if it's a behavior they're doing that's distracting, you know? I feel like that's one of the biggest answers in life that we don't always like to do. But like, if someone's doing something, there's a good chance that they don't know that what they're doing is bothering you. I've learned this. It's been me sometimes. I'm doing something. Somebody tell me, hey, Tim, that's a little crazy. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. Or I find out later, like, dang, that was crazy. That was nuts. So I think a big one is just, hey, when you do so and so, kind of, but if there is a person that's actively distracting us, like we feel the need to like talk to them, things like that. I mean, once again, it goes back to like sometimes we have to just stop doing whatever it is, you know. Clarissa, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Good to see you too. Hey Jojo, here's the thing. I there's it's got like depending on how you believe. I see it as it's God's earth, and He made it for all of us. Or you can just be like, hey, if you believe in evolution, this earth evolved for all of us. I don't think it's now I do think it is kind of crazy when people who don't want to move abroad feel like they have to. But if you don't mind living abroad and you're just like, man, it's just too expensive here. I'm gonna move to another country. I don't. I think that's kind of cool. It's just kind of like if someone's like, hey, I'm gonna live in my car. I'm gonna live in an RV. If they're doing that out of choice, I think it's kind of cool. It's a vibe. If they feel like they're forced to do it because they can't afford an actual dwelling, then it's a problem. So, lots of people moving overseas that, it's an adventure. Not only is it cheaper, but it's an adventure. But then sadly, I do believe that there are some people, I've talked with some of them, especially like elderly people who their retirement is not enough for them to retire in the country they worked most of their life in. That's when I think the situation is very sad. I was in Mexico coming back, and the lady sat down next to me, or whatever, sat down next to me, older lady, and just started talking. And that was her case. She's like, we just can't afford to retire in America, so we down here. So that's kind of a problem. However, the cost of living will come down. I'm saying it now. And I want y'all to, I'm gonna keep saying it so y'all remember that when it does come down, that I was the one saying it. So I firmly believe there will be some type of crash or correction, and the cost of living will start coming down. Probably it'll go the other direction. But just remember, it was me saying it first when, you know, and I'm saying it from a positive standpoint of like, I do think housing and other things will get cheaper in the future. Oh, I'm way behind in these comments. Bloom, how you doing? Thank you, Layla. I do think, this is kind of what I do, so we're going to keep it up. Lakers, what up? Let that back catalog cook. Doc Martin. No, I don't think I've watched that. Gilbert said, do we think we're in a simulation? It is surprising, Gilbert, how many times I get asked this question. It's kind of funny. I don't think it matters. Like, why does it matter what you call reality? Like, this is our reality. So like, I think I'm an energy being who's just currently experiencing what it's like to be a human. So on that level, excuse me, could it be a I don't, I just, life is life. I really don't need to name, like, even to say reality is just a name for it. For what? You call it a simulation, but what is it? You call it the Matrix, but what is it? I call it reality, but what is it? That's the next question. Like, we just come up with these names. So if I'm like, life is a simulation, okay, but what is the simulation? A simulation of what? That's the thing too. If life is a simulation, what is it a simulation of? And who made the simulation? So I really don't spend too much time worrying about the name we call life reality. I just be living, I'm just enjoying this experience, bro. You know? Hey, Praveen, good to see you. Good to see you. Rasha said, I'm listening from Australia, just running around, downsizing, throwing away everything, looking to travel to Mexico, to Vietnam. Nice, nice, Ra, have fun. Keep us updated. Good luck with the downsizing. Ooh, Nick, you're going to Thailand for 3.5 weeks. Then book your ticket to Japan for 9 days after. Let's go. I see you, Nick. I see you, Nick. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, you having a good summer, man. You up there in Alaska saving up that money. Then you gonna hit the road again. Be flights, late night flights overseas. Let's go. Ooh, doing well around here. People doing very well around here. I'll try to tell you, Nick ain't worried about inflation and all that. Found a way. Found a way. Went somewhere where they giving out them coins. Now it's 3 weeks Thailand, 3.5 weeks Thailand, going to Japan. Not worried. It's possible. Praveen, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much, Praveen. Said I had a tough day at Weekman's on Thursday, but I had excellent 2 days off. Nice. And getting ready to go back to work tomorrow, and amazing to see you streaming, Tim. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you. Hope your day is going amazing. Well, it has been. It still is. It is always amazing to see you, Praveen. Love when you come through, show love, give us all the details about your day, the very intricate details we live for. So thank you, Praveen. I appreciate that. And I love your attitude. I had a tough day Thursday, but you're getting back to it. Let's go. Weigman's should be very happy to have you. So thank you, Praveen. And I appreciate the love and the abundance of a financial nature. Thank you. See, people doing well around here. So this is now this. Remember when I was saying ain't nobody broke around here? I realized that I didn't even like having the word broke in the sentence. So that's why I'm saying people doing well around here. See, I'm getting in my positive bag, folks. I'm getting so deep. All day long, I find myself saying or doing stuff, and I'm like, that's too negative. And I'm already was pretty positive. But like, I don't even want to say the word broke. Because, no, we people doing well around here. This abundance. We here. We ain't even trying, I ain't even trying to say the word broke no more. Like that. I'm in Montana, Lakers. Kiana checking in from your daughter's wedding in Arkansas. Okay, okay. Day 574, my sobriety. Nice. Just accepted a new year-round job in Stowe, Vermont. Okay, okay. Somebody Google that. Somebody Google that. We don't. Not sure where that is, but it, it sounds remote and beautiful. Um, Awesome. I can't thank you enough for YouTube channel. Hey, Kiana, I feel very blessed. If anything you saw or heard on this channel has helped you, and thrown you some motivation and encouragement, have fun in Vermont. I've got to get to Vermont. You got to tell us about Vermont. Stowe, because I got to get up there. And shout out to the wedding party, to the wedding peoples. Shout out to everybody getting married today. Shout out to your daughter. And thank you for keeping us updated. Chris, what up? Yeah, Victoria, yeah, the cost of living, you'll see. You told people to buy land, nobody listened. Here's the thing, D-Rails 93, we don't listen. Not us, we listen. But people in general, we don't listen. You know, people don't listen. No, the people that do, but people who, once you start listening, you learn to listen. I be listening because I've learned to, you know what I mean? I listen, I'm like, things work out. But people just go along with what everybody else says, I don't know. Oh, we got another super chat. Nick, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad, thank you, thank you. Let me give you a like on that. Said, we ain't worried. Abundance is infinite. Full send everything in life. Life is short. This is what I'm talking about. I'm loving Nick's energy. I'm loving Nick's energy. I'm loving what Nick is putting down. This is great for someone who's lurking tonight. Nick's really coming through. Super Chat Squad and giving us good updates about travel. You need to lurk more, sir. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's an abundance. This is what I've been trying to like. We may not always see at every given moment abundance in every aspect of the world around us, but it is an abundant universe. It's an abundant universe. So like there is the potential in every aspect, even if it doesn't seem to be the prevailing thing at the time, for you to find abundance in any aspect of your life, even with housing prices being at the highest they can be, or as high as they are, excuse me, nowhere near as high as they can be. Even with housing prices being as high as they are, people are still finding cheap places to rent. You know what I mean? So it's just like, there's nothing that says we can't find a cheap place to rent, or we can't find a scenario. Like I said, some people going overseas, and they might, and someone who's spent time recently overseas, I see some very happy people. So maybe for a lot of people who never would have thought of moving South America, Southeast Asia, Europe, the prices drove them to that, and it might turn out to be the blessing they were looking for. That might be how they got to the abundance. They wasn't getting the abundance here in America, maybe, and they went over to Crete because it was cheaper, and met the love of their life and started a business. I don't know, but it's just like it's an abundant universe, and I try to just constantly remind myself of that. It's just like, in general, it's an abundant universe. So just because I may not every day in every aspect of life see abundance doesn't mean it's not there and possible, and it's not, and you do see it in so many other places, you know? So I try to focus on that. And then it seems like I start to see the abundance even more. So thank you, Nick. Let me get back up to the comment. I don't want to miss nobody's comments. What up, Loretta? I don't want to miss saying hi to anybody. California Connection, what up? Oh, Todd Ryan Casper checking that new name. Lakers, I'm not sure when it's going to go down, but the cost of living will go down. I think so. I think so. Look, historical cycles. I think it will one day. Why wouldn't it? Thank you, Alfonso. So the shirt is a vibe. I got a few kind of shirts like this. I never wear them, so I'm trying to pull them out. David, I do not see myself becoming a father. I don't want to be a father. No, I have no desire to be a husband or a father. None whatsoever. Um, I said a while back I changed my mind about relationships. For a while there, I was like, no, whatever. Now I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. So that's where I'm still at with it. If I meet somebody, cool. If not, that's cool too. Like I was telling a friend of mine that today. I'm like, I'm chilling, bro. I'm up. I'm happy. Like, and that's the thing too. I think when we can find a level of peace and happiness and contentment in life, you don't look at other stuff. Like your level of desire for things you don't have lessens because you're cool. Like if I'm chilling, I can identify that, like, oh yeah, if I got in a relationship, there are some positives that could come into my life. There also might be some negatives. Um, but if I'm at peace, if I've found a level of peace, a level of contentment, and I'm chilling, I don't look at relationships like, oh, I need that. I have to have that. It's like, no, I'm good now. So, like, when you're good now, a lot of these other things that previously we might have felt we had to have, it's like, no, I'm chilling now. Like, it's just the desire level is not as, even some of the goals I have, I'm still writing in my abundance journal. Um, Even some of them, I feel like previously I used to be very, I feel like previously I didn't make a lot of goals because like I wanted them right away. So I was like, I know I can't have it right away. I won't even make it a goal. Or I was afraid if I tried to make plans for a goal, it would fail and then I'd be depressed. But anyway, um, yeah, I feel like now I have goals and some of them are going to take me years to achieve. But I'm not, that doesn't bother me anymore because like I'm chilling now. And it's just all part of the master plan. That's my new thing. I'm formulating a master plan. Um, so it's just all part of the master plan. So, but I'm good now. And I intend to try to keep that level of peace and contentment throughout the whole process. So like it's cool if something takes me 5 years because I'm good now. It's gonna be great when I do it in 2030, but I'm cool in 2025. So that's the thing with like relationship. Like if I get in one, cool, but like I'm chilling now. Hey, I think we got some more love. Alvin, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you, Alvin. Today, Tim, my friend told me it is wise to buy a house today. I told him I'd rather live in an apartment. Good to see you again. Yeah, I mean, good to see you too, Alvin. And thank you for the love. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Thank you. You know, the house people, you know, and a lot of it depends on, here's the thing people don't talk about either. How you doing, Urban Lady? Um, the market you're in, buying a house can really determine whether or not it's good to buy a house right now. Because there's some housing markets in some cities and some states where it's like, I don't know. Other ones you might be like, ooh, these houses are underpriced for what this area is going to be. So, but I'm like, yeah, I don't, I see sometimes where people, if they think they know a good investment, want to tell other people about it. But yeah, when people are just like, you need to buy a house, I'm like, I don't want a house. Like, I don't, so even if buying a house right now is a great investment, I'm looking for other great investments that I want to invest in. I don't want like if it's a great investment but I don't care about it, I'm not gonna put my money in it. Especially when it's that much work like a house is. How you doing, retired 2019? I miss some people. I'm trying to go back and get them. I want to say what's up to everybody. Let me see where I was at. Where we at? I think I missed some people, but I'm gonna jump right back in. Sarah, thank you. Said love the positivity is needed in this world. That's why we're here. That's what we do. We ain't bringing no kids into this world, but we can bring lots of positivity. I had lots of things I could have injected there. But yeah, and I agree. One of the reasons I try to stay so positive. People accuse me of being toxically positive. The reason I try to keep it at that level is because I think it's needed. Like when the negativity level's down here, positivity right here ain't gonna cut it. You gotta be up here. You gotta be up here with it. I'm trying to be up here with it, you know? My chat keeps jumping down. I'm trying to stay where I'm at. My chat keeps running up on me. I appreciate that, all the good comments, but I'm trying to make sure I. What up, Greg? Oh, Greg. Oh, Greg, I'm the live stream king. I've been busy. I've been busy, but normally we used to live stream 4 or 5 times a day. Spruce Lodge and Stowe. Okay, Kiana, all right. Said always be welcome. Okay, okay. Your advice on seasonal jobs led to my success. I just, somebody gave me the game, I just pass it on. People give me the game, I just pass it on. It was a YouTube channel called The Real Wayne's World that put me on to seasonal work, changed my life. So I just pass it on, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna jump in. We're gonna start talking. I see Ricky Nunez in the chat. How you doing? I bought this shirt. I think I bought this shirt off Amazon. No, probably TJ Maxx. Probably TJ Maxx, I think. Agents said people always complain about the cost of in Ontario. I was also having trouble until I moved to Alberta. The cost of living is super cheap here. This is what I like, and I don't ever want to come at people like it's not that. Some places are very expensive. Things have gone up, but I just think that like one of the things we have to learn to do, and we do it very well, is adapt. And it's like, yeah, like it may not be the thing you totally 1,000% might want to do, but like if there's places that are cheaper and you're really struggling where you're at, looking into, even just researching it. I'm not saying you got to move to Alberta, but you can research cheapest provinces, cities, whatever in Canada to live, cheapest places to live in America. And then you can cross-reference best job markets in America, best job, you know what I mean? Like you can do the research and maybe come up with like, oh, Cleveland is a good, I don't know, like there's options. The time we spend just sitting around being like, oh, it's horrible. We could use that time to like figure, you know what I mean? I'm 97-cent journal. Somebody was like, oh, school supplies is gonna go on sale soon. You can get that journal for 85 cents. Or they said for cheaper, but 85 to 97-cent journal. Okay, housing prices are high. What are you trying to pay? What are you looking for? What are you trying to pay? I was thinking about that today. It's like I'm in employee housing right now, very satisfied with my housing, but I'm looking forward to when I decide to get an apartment again. And I was like, what do you want? And what do you want to pay? And I'm gonna write it down. When that time rolls around, I'm just gonna start writing it down, and that's what I'm gonna find. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to look at the world less as like, oh, this is what it is horrible, and more just like this is what it is, but this is what I want. Right? Housing prices are high. Well, I don't want to pay that much, so I got to find a way to not pay that much. If that means moving to another city, province, okay. That's the way I'm just trying to look at the world these days, and it's been a lot more beneficial. Instead of just because it gives you the power. It gives us the power when we say, yeah, this is what's going on in the world, but this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to pay. This is the job I'm trying to get. This is the person I'm trying to meet. It gives us the power back. You feel powerful writing in your journal, focusing on it, trying to manifest it, putting in the work to get it. You feel powerful. The average person these days feels powerless. Understandably. I get it. If you just sit around and listen to people talk, watch the news, you're going to feel like you have no power. And then they've got you. But like, once you realize like, oh, I don't have to just accept the world the way it is. I can see the world for the way it is and then still interact with it and get from it what I want. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's then master plan. Hey, love the freak out of you too, Ricky. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. I just saw love and freak. I was like, no, okay. Hey, love you too, Ricky. I'm messing with you. Loretta wants to travel more. Never been on a plane. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take a little short flight, Loretta. We talked about this. Take a little short flight. Something cheap. If you live near a major city, it's very cheap to go to Vegas. That it may not be short, depending on where you're coming from. But yeah, just take your little short flight on a plane. Um, you'll take that flight. For most people, the fear we have of flying is not real. I feel like I know for me, I was so nervous to fly, and when I finally got up in a plane and it took off, and we were cruising at 30,000 feet, I'm like, now when it landed, I got nervous again. But yeah, it's just the fears because you haven't done it. But like once you take that first flight and you're like, this is nothing, the whole world opens up to you, literally. So yeah, go for it, go for it. Let's do it, Loretta. Let's do it. Praveen's gonna be swing dancing next week in Durham. Deepak, okay, okay. Oh, I ain't mad at that. What up, Jennifer? Jennifer said 2025 is such a better year for me. I have to remind myself I'm worthy of abundance and peace. Yeah, you are. Thanks for the message, Tim. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for tapping in and sharing the energy with us. But yeah, we're all that's you hit the nail on the head right there. Um, one of the reasons we have to struggle to like reprogram our minds to believe in abundance is because we've been taught, sometimes directly, a lot of times indirectly, but we've been taught we're not worthy of abundance. You're not worthy of prosperity. You're not worthy of freedom. And so like we have to like can remind ourselves, we have to work at it. We have to reprogram ourselves to be like, yes, I am. Why wouldn't I be? Just being born on this planet makes you worthy of the abundance that was put here for all of us. Like all the stuff on this planet was put here for all of us. This concept of like owning it and having to pay for it is the weird concept. But even within that concept, there's enough abundance for us to still have an amazing life. We humans come with these weird concepts and makes things harder, but we're not stopping. If God wants there to be abundance, there's going to be abundance. If it's universal law for there to be abundance, there's going to be abundance. It don't matter how many fences we put up and how many currencies we come up with and how many taxes they invoke. If it's an abundant place, it's an abundant place. That's why you see examples every day of people doing very well, people finding true love, people raising great kids, people finding abundance of peace. You can't stop abundance. You can't stop prosperity. It's there. It's baked in the cake. But the only way you can stop it is to stop people from going after it. Stop people to believing in it. Then you stop it. But like once people are tapped in, once we start reminding ourselves like, oh, I'm worthy, I'm good, then they can't, what can they do? It's already there. It's already there. The law's already there. Tracy Trot said, thanks, Tim. Tim, thanks to you for all the positive encouragement you give me. I get rid of my fear and start my YouTube channel. Yes! Ooh, I love it. I love it. Tracy Trot, start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to check you out. I'll remember to check you out too, because that's a easy name to remember. Tracy Trot from Bermuda. Okay, we have to check you out. We have to check you out. That's awesome. And I'm glad I could give you a little nudge. Gordon, I do not have a fire number. I'm not really in the fire community, respectfully. Um, Nothing against it at all. I think it's a beautiful thing. Um, I just don't. Y'all know me. I don't do communities other than this one much. But yeah, yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't have a fire number. But shout out to everyone who does. My thing is kind of this on setting set numbers on things. So if I'm $100 short, like I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Jojo, I get it. A lot of people are very pessimistic about the economy right now. My only thing would be to ask people to look back at history. Um, there was a time in the '70s where I feel like inflation and everything was worse than it is now. I wasn't born at the time, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure there was a time in the 70s, not too long ago, um, where things were worse than they are now, economy wise. I definitely know inflation was worse. We came up out of that and we had the 80s. So like the nothing is forever, right? And I think the people who know this make quite a lot of money off knowing this. Once you start to realize that everything in life is cycles, I've finally been on this planet as a human long enough to start to see some of the cycles. And that's why I'm like, not to mention, the majority is always wrong. I'm exaggerating, but this is a quote I like to use. So if everybody's saying prices are going up, they're never coming down, the prices are going to come down. That's the way these things work. Prices cannot, the prices going up is what is, prices going up for so long. Now keep in mind, I'm not an economist. I could be totally wrong, but this is why I'm telling you why I'm optimistic. What up, Ava? This is why I'm optimistic. Because eventually prices going up, 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 up is going to trigger something that makes them come down. Not an economist. I'm explaining it at the level I can explain it. I'm just saying, look at the cycles. Go back and ask ChatGPT. Can prices go up forever? Ask ChatGPT. I don't know. Y'all doing a good job commenting today, folks. I can't even figure out where I'm at in the chat. I feel like I feel like I'm missing people. New Patriots, how you doing? Jim Dove, I'm not working at a park currently. I am in Montana. I'm just working in a regular city. The best way to take notes, Marigold, for me, if you're talking about like writing your journal, I don't think that like I don't think there's. This is another one of those things where like I think it's just you how you do you. I think the desire to be like, okay, I'm gonna start journaling. Um, then you start journaling and you figure out your style. I don't think there's a best way to take notes, best way to journal. I think you just have to start and then you'll figure out what's best for you. Because the way I do it might not work for you or it might not be the best way for you. So I think we just kind of have to do things and then figure out what works for us, which is a concept that most people, because they want to sell you something, um, will preach the opposite. This is the way to do it. You have to do it this way. This is the best way. I'm very skeptical of people who talk like that. My thing is like, hey, I like when people are like, hey, here's an ideal. This worked for me. You try it. It might work for you, but like do it your way. Anyone who tells you this is the only way, you have to do it this way, very skeptical of these days. Hey, Jacob Moore. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Jacob Moore. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Super Chat Squad coming through with the abundance. Thank you, Jacob. Let me give you a like on this. It says, it's not whether you're worthy or not. It's about if you're ready, willing to receive whatever blessings the universe has in store for you. Exactly, exactly. Because we're all worthy, you know? We're all worthy. Like you can't be not worthy of something that someone decided to give you, right? Put on this planet, infinite resources, you're worthy. But I agree with you, Jacob. Like, are we willing to believe that? Are we willing to receive it? I always use the example of getting an Amazon package. You know, the Amazon person brings the package, they drop it off wherever they drop it off. You still have to like go downstairs or go out to the yard or go out to the mailbox and get it. So like the blessings are there, the abundance is there, the prosperity is there. Like we still have to like go get it. We have to believe enough to like open the door and bring the package inside, or we don't get it. But the thing is, and a lot of it's because of the programming, way we've been taught, um, we don't believe. So we don't open the, hey, you got a package outside? No, I don't. And we just stay inside. Package sits outside. Um, I think that's how we are with things in our lives. Just like we don't believe it's possible. We don't believe it's meant for us. We don't believe we can do it. So we never go after it. And it literally could be sitting right there waiting. and we don't go after it. And then we use the fact that because we didn't go after it, we didn't get it, to reinforce the fact that it's not meant for us. And it's like, well, that's kind of almost what, like, circular reasoning. I'm not going to try to do something because, like, I know I can't do it. And I know I can't do it because I didn't do it, but I didn't do it because I didn't think I could do it. Like, we just hit 100 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, it's just like we reinforce lack and scarcity a lot of times, but by not doing things because we believe in lack and scarcity. If that makes any sense. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love and the wise words. Thank you. Thank you. Praveen, I prefer Airbnbs. One of the things I prefer about Airbnb is you get a lot more variety, and there's a lot more wiggle room with the price a lot of times. When you go to a town, the hotels, a lot of times, the hotels in a certain area, they're going to be about the same price. If there's one that's not, it's either like super fancy or it's crappy. You know, you don't want to stay in the cheapest hotel on Hotel Row. You don't. So with hotels, a lot of times you get kind of a set price, and like most of the hotels are similar. With Airbnb, you can go to an area and, like, you know, the hosts set their own price. So someone might be in a really good mood and they, have a really cheap Airbnb, and that's just how they give back to people, and that's how they support travel, and they just like meeting people. So there's a variety in price. There's a variety in dwellings. I like being in little funky, different Airbnbs. So I prefer Airbnb. Just there's more variety. Um, Also, I feel like you get better reviews sometimes on Airbnb. So, I mean, I love hotels too. Don't get me wrong. I work in hotels. I stayed in I don't know how many hotels all over the world. So I love hotels too. But Airbnb, I like, I usually check Airbnb first. Yeah. Mike01 Davis, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, appreciate the love. Hope you're doing well. Hope the fam's good. Said what up, Tim and Chat. I'm still here. Life has been lifing, so I had to step back, take a breath, and reevaluate. Nonetheless, I'm here for some positivity. Hey, man, I'm glad you're back. I totally understand. Life be lifing. Life be lifing. Sometimes you gotta, but it's good to see you back. I appreciate the love, brother, the continued support. Glad you're here, you know, and I hope you're breathing and reevaluating what's useful. And we know you're gonna be if you're not already back up, we know you're gonna be back up. Let's go. You know, you know how this works. So I appreciate the love, man. Always good to hear from you. Always good to hear from you. We back. I love when people come back, dude. I miss people. Hey, where my boy at? You know what I mean? Good to see you. James, yeah, I think if someone doesn't, y'all know me, like, I don't, you never hear me use the word retirement unless I'm talking to someone about retirement, the concept of it. Um, yeah, if you're working and you're enjoying working and enjoying your life, like, I don't think at a certain age you have to magically shut it all down. I also don't think you have to wait to that magic age um, to live your life. This whole thing is about survival. This whole thing is about enjoying your life. This whole thing for me is about experiencing what it's like to be a human and experiencing all the wonderful things a human can do on this planet. Work, there's a time and a place for it, and that time and a place for work, I think, is different in everyone's life depending on what you're trying to do. And so that's why I'm always like, I've said before, I feel like I used to demonize work a little too much, maybe. But it's just like, no, like, there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with working. It's a lot better if you enjoy it. And if you have a reason. Earl Nightingale, in The Strangest Secret, which came out, I don't know how many decades ago. But he was like, if you ask the average person why they get up and go to work, they're gonna say because everybody else does, or they're gonna say, like, to pay bills, whatever. Um, And I just feel like we should have a better reason. This whole master plan thing is what I'm on right now in my head. But I just think like we should have goals, we should have plans, and work can factor into that. Now there are some times when like yeah we going through what we're going through, and maybe we're just in survival mode. It's like hey, I'm working, pay these bills. But in the long term, I think work should be part of our plan, not the whole game. And I think for a lot of people, especially with all the retirement talk that we've been preached our whole life, it's just like go to school, go to college, get the job, work so we can retire. And we just gloss over those 45 years. You know what I mean? Oh, you're 24 and you got a good job. They just assume, oh, stay there till you're 65. And I'm like, bro, but like, what? Like, if that those whole 40, 50 years in there don't have to be solely work if you don't want them to be. If you do, fine. But you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think we plan our lives out and as much as we could. Hey, Praveen, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So you're amazing, Tim. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So are you. Thank you. Angela, I have been cooking chicken thighs and steak in the air fryer, and that's probably all I'll cook. So nothing new, nothing new. Just you know, steak and chicken thighs. Hey, folks, give me 1 second. I gotta switch my clothes over in the dryer. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. Multitasking. We multitask. We doing laundry and live streaming. Oh, yo, you like that window meow? Window meow. Like that window. I tell you, boy, this don't. This. I try to tell y'all. Remember. Some of you might remember. I said my motto was focused around beauty. I want to be surrounded by beauty, beautiful location, beautiful people. Get you a life motto. Get. Okay. I don't. I just. Well, oh, sorry to hear that you had a technical glitch there for me. If it comes through, I'll let you know. I'm with you on that too, Angelo. Do what you love. Um, that's I just feel like the you set a system up where you tell people basically you're probably gonna have to do work you don't love, so you're gonna want to retire. You see, like you see how like the system wins at every point. You set a system up where like you tell people, oh, in order to get a good job, you got to go to college. So they spend tens of thousands of dollars getting a college degree, money going up the ladder, right? Then it's like, oh, most people aren't going to find jobs they like. So, just find whatever job you can, take whatever they give you, and deal with that. System benefits, your time, effort, energy, doing something you don't love, going up the ladder. So to get people to do stuff they don't want to do. Anyway, And that environment breeds like people being like, I just want to get out of here and retire. You know what I mean? You just, man, if I can just get to retirement, which, is 30 years away. Um, and then, the whole, the business of retirement, more money. It's just like the whole process. I'm just like every step of the way. I'm not explaining it very well, but I can just see and feel like every step of the way is designed to like try to trap you and take your money. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't be demonizing the individual things. It's like the system is whack, bro. Like, that's the whack thing. What would I do if UBI happened? Pray. Um, honestly, I, my goals aren't gonna change. My master plan is not gonna change. My goals aren't gonna change. It will actually be interesting when it fails to get on here and scream that I was right. Um, I'm not excited about the financial hit I think we would take if UBI happened. But once again, I could be wrong. UBI could be the best thing ever. Now, once again, if it's such a good thing, why has no one done it? Why has no one done it to scale? Yes, you can give 30 families $5,000 a month and they will do better. No brainer. But why has no one done it like on a citywide, statewide, countrywide level before over a long period of time? Ask yourself that. But once again, as with anything, when people are like, what if this happens? What if that happens? The goals don't change. You know, I don't I don't really have to, you know, sit around and worry and the goals don't change like unless I change them. So UBI happen, I'll take my little check, and invest it every month. I'm chilling. My goal is to find ways to support myself without government handouts. If they want to give me a little check, I take it. Every time they threw me a check, I take it, invest it, buy myself a little something, save it. But like the goal is to not need it. David said, "Praise God, be happy and blessed. Let's go." What's an example of a plan, Andy? You can be like, I want to own 20 acres of land. That could be one entry in your master plan. Within 15 years, I'm going to own 15 acres of land. And then you just have to figure out how to do it. You have to start planning. You have the overall plan, and then you have to like come up with like you have to plan how to do that. Okay, where do I want the land? You got to start researching what type of land do I want? How much am I going to pay for the land? All this stuff writing down as well. I want land in Colorado. I don't want to pay more than 5,000 dollars an acre. I want it close to me. All this stuff. That's the planning. But it can be whatever you want it to be. Like, what do you want in life? That's the beauty of like goals and planning. I get so happy when I do it because it's like there's no barriers. What do I want in life? I can plan it and go get it. It's very exciting. As opposed to sitting back and be like, it's like, nah, bro. Like, this is what we're doing right here. I don't. What do you want in life? Make a plan. Like, if you, it, and I've said this before, but I'm like, if you really want something, but you won't even take the time, like the 3 minutes it takes to pull out a piece of paper and write it down, or to pull out your phone and get a note document and write it down, do you really want it? Like, right? Oh, let me. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? I feel like did my screen crash? Hold on. Let me check something. Oh, there's my chat. Let me see something. Oh, 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 oh. We might have a technical difficulty here. Hold on, folks. If y'all can still see me, I'm having some technical difficulties over here. So I'm just checking on my other phone to see if we still here because nothing on my screen is moving. Is it the same numbers? It's just sitting there. So give me 1 second, folks. If you can even see me. I'm just gonna move the camera around, see if it changes anything. Uh-oh. Oh, y'all can see. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Y'all can see me. All right, good, good. Okay, I just pulled it off of my. Oh, this yeah. I don't know. My screen is weird. Like I can't see the chat no more. Hold on. Let me. That's crazy. I can't even see the chat no more. What is that? Oh, maybe if I hit this. I'm scared to hit this. What is that? What is that gonna do? No. Okay. Oh, oh, that's not what I meant to do. No, oop, y'all need to see my room. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna have to read off of here. Um, Ghetto. Yeah, my screen is nothing's moving. I can't even see the chat. But we still going. We still going. Okay, all right. Hold on. I'm just gonna have to put it like this. Maybe it'll come back. No. Okay, where were we? Where were we? Sorry, it's going to have to be ghetto, folks. uh, Hey, Nick said my motto is if not now, then when. I like it. I like it. I love it. I love it. I don't like this. I want to be looking at y'all. Sorry about this, folks. Anyway, let's just get back to it. If you're not changing, you're choosing. I agree. I agree. That's too drowning. See you later, Praveen. A lot of comments. Praveen going to bed. Okay, okay. Enigma. For me, you said how do you find affordable places to live? Seasonal work has been a big like I'm living in employee housing right now, company sponsored housing right now. But for me, seasonal work has been a big, uh, help in that aspect. Beyond that, when I'm not working, I'm traveling. I usually stay in Airbnbs. I know it's not an option for everybody. A lot of people need a set place, but for me, renting rooms instead of getting an apartment, just rent a room in an apartment, or I might rent Airbnbs monthly. Um, but like it does I think it takes a little more ingenuity these days and maybe some bigger sacrifices these days to do it. I still think it's possible, but I think you might have to be a little more flexible. It definitely is a lot harder if like you have to stay in one city and all the prices are high in that city. You might still be able to find some deals, but yeah, it's definitely harder. But like yeah, for me, that's why you see me in employee housing so much because you usually get a discount. Usually, some places I don't know, but like for example, this one here is the price I pay. I feel like is well below market for this area. So yeah, paying for land seems like a scam because it should be our birthright. I think half the things we pay for we should have to pay for, but this was the planet and the time period I was born into. So you know either I just have no land because I think it's a scam, or I have to buy into the scam. But the good news is the universe is abundant. So if I'm blessed with the financial abundance to buy land, eh, you know, that's the way I just kind of look at it. North, I am in Montana. Mikey, what up, what up, what up? Hey, Max, glad to hear the lifestyle's been an inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad to hear it. Patrick loves the shirt. Okay. I appreciate y'all bearing with me while we're doing this different way, but you know, I don't know why my phone started acting crazy. John, I use coolworks.com. That's the website I use to find all my seasonal jobs. Coolworks.com. I've been using it for over 10 years. Really good people. Um, so yeah, coolworks.com. That's the one I use. There's other ones, but that's the one I use. Close it and reopen it. Yeah, one box. I could do that, but it might kill the whole stream. So, it's kind of different on y'all's end. Yeah, you can just go out, come back in. It fixes that. On my end, it might kill the whole stream. I probably could turn my phone off, turn it back on, and come back in, but I'm not, you know, it's hit or miss. So I don't know. You never know. Yeah, real time video about adapting, overcoming. We hear, you see it. They can't stop the stream, bro. Do I think there will be long term effects on, you know, our changes over the past few years in dating and marriage and childbirth and all that kind of stuff? Yes. Am I worried about it? Nah. Like, well, once again, this is what humans do. We go through these things. So, on the back end of this period where like nobody's dating and nobody's having kids and nobody's getting married, there'll probably be a marriage explosion. And we'll be screaming about, overpopulation. And the people who are single will be like, there's nobody to date because everybody's dating. It's the cycles. I don't, yeah, it's, or even if it never, like, we just like, once again, I don't get alarmed about a lot just because like this is the it is what it is. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. There were factors that led to where we're at now, and where we're at now will lead to other factors. And a lot of times it just goes in a circle over the course of 50 years or whatever. So I definitely think dating will come back. You know, people having kids, people getting it'll all come back, and probably at even higher levels than it left out at. So I'm not too worried about it. Advice about romantic disappointment. Ooh, Margot. I don't know. I feel that like romantic disappointment, heartache, all of that is, it hurts. It's painful. It's horrible. I feel like it's some of the worst pain you can go through. People would take like physical pain over that most of the time, given the choice. Um, I think it's what we open ourselves up to when we get involved romantically with people. There's no guarantees. So I think the heartache and the pain is the price we pay, and it has to be paid. That's one Piper you got to pay, and it don't take checks. You know what I mean? Um, the fact that nobody uses checks anymore makes that not as funny as it used to be. 10 years ago, that was funny, and people still had checkbooks. That was funny. Um, but I don't know if there's any advice. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think you just have to go through it. It's just one of them things. Sometimes in life you just got to go through it. Sometimes you just got to crawl through the mud in the trench. Ain't no other way around it. If you want to get from here to here, you got to crawl through the mud. And I think that's, it's just one of those times where it's like, now on the back end of it, not allowing it to make us jaded and have us giving up on love. You might be like, I ain't really trying to date no more, or I'm never getting married again, or whatever. But like, um, I think I don't ever want anything in life to make me give up on love in general, or the idea that there's still love out there. I think that's important. But I think like we're we can't guarantee that relationships work out, and like sometimes they're not going to, and it sucks and it hurts and it's painful. But I think that's just part of the game. You know, anytime we suit up and play the game, there's a chance we're gonna lose, and it sucks. But there's also the chance you win. So maybe the next one's, you get the championship. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. 710. We chilling. We chilling. Nothing too new. The stream's acting a little wonky, but they can't stop the stream. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the comments off my phone, on my other phone. But we're using two phones to stream today. Shout out to Cricket Wireless. But we're good. We're good. How are you? You hear a black-capped chickadee singing outside your window. If I didn't know you was, if I didn't know you, Nick, I'd be like, "What'd you say?" That's a bird. That's a bird, ladies and gentlemen. Calm down. That's a bird. That's a bird. That's not an. That's a bird. Calm down. Oh, you're a bird nerd now. Okay. Yeah, Ava, never lose hope. And here's the thing: when it comes like to the dating thing, I think you can not lose hope, but also say like, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna, I'm gonna lay back for, I'm gonna, pull back for a little bit. Don't put me in the game for a while, coach. I'm chilling. So I think we can still be overall optimistic about love and relationships, but also be like, hey, after that one, I'm chilling for a while. I don't know if I have it in me, and that's cool too. And then maybe, a couple years roll around and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna put myself back out there, So, um, yeah, I'm with you. Never lose hope. Heather, I do have my own room. Yes, yes. I think that's very important, and I look for that in a seasonal position that has employee housing. We grown ups, so like, in the beginning, I was cool, whatever. But these days, I'm like, if I can't get my own room, that's kind of an indicator for me as to the company's standpoint of on their employees. I'll just say that. Oh, that's their call, chickadee, chickadee. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try something, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me one. It'll probably be about a minute and 15 seconds. Bear with me. I'm gonna try something, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if this works.